Welcome to 10 Minutes, everybody. Well, so it's Monday. Yesterday, like I said, I was going to weed eat, so I weed eated for a lot of hours, got a lot of work done. But today's been kind of like a grinder. A little bit drained on energy, a little tired. So, not every day is, you're on top of the world and getting things done, but you get through these days too. And you got to have days of rest. You got to have days of going out there and getting it, and you got to have days where you kind of just get through it. I wouldn't say it was a get through it day. There was a lot going on. Got a lot of guys out on vacation and stuff at work, so I got to fill the gaps and take up some of that, which is super important for people to get time off. And one of the things that people do often is they take on too much responsibility, or they end up being the only person that can do something, and they can't unplug and get away from work. It's an interesting thing because a lot of times it's something people do to themselves on purpose because it makes them feel important, and it makes them feel like they're irreplaceable. Just unfortunately though, that creates a different level of responsibility that they don't deserve to carry. So some of the individuals at my new job, they haven't had good vacations or been able to unplug, and I'm still working on one of my guys to figure out how to get him to be able to just completely unplug. It's an exception when I got 4 people out at the same time, but ultimately, everyone deserves to be helped. Everyone deserves to be able to unplug and reset. It's healthy. We don't want all that stress on our minds all the time. So I think, make sure you have a backup. Make sure you train backups. Make sure you provide, if you're a leader, the support and the backups. Now, a lot of people push away and they're resistant to having help or someone learning their job. You just got to push through that and power through that. Once people realize that they're safe and their job's not going anywhere, but we want them to be able to unplug, everybody's life gets better. And a lot of cool things come from people doing other people's jobs while they're on vacation, and a lot of good improvements or different perspective comes in. So it was a grinder. But one of the other things that was awesome about yesterday is when I weed eat or do something like that, put my headphones in, listen to music, and I just reflect and think about things. And I got a buddy that I've been talking to quite a bit, and he makes me think about a lot of other different things, asks me a lot of deep questions. So either way, yesterday I was thinking about my dad a lot, and I do this from time to time. I think about how much different my life is now, and I try to think, well, what would have been like if he didn't pass away, when I was younger. And I don't know if I would have the life I have or have accomplished the things I've accomplished if I didn't lose him when I was 19. It's crazy. I would never choose what I've accomplished or who I am over having my father, but I think I was, like, in a sense, I grew up way faster than a lot of people. I also, had a few people swoop into my life and fill that gap that my dad had left, which, one of them was my oldest brother. My other brothers were obviously always there for me and everything, but my oldest brother really took me under his wing. And, I have some other major figures that helped me get through my dad passing, but then also I just spent time sponging and taking information. So, it's crazy to think about silver linings in something that's so sad or so hard to deal with as losing a parent, but there's some crazy things that came out of that, and my whole life's different because of that. So there is some things that come out of those types of traumatic situations that are good for us. Also, the little problems in life, the things that might get you all upset or frustrated, TV not working or something silly happening or whatever, those things don't bother you as much if you suffered some real loss in your life. or hopefully you can recognize that you've suffered real loss, and you can then understand that you should not get emotional over those small things. You know, and then I had thought about a memory that I had never really thought about much, but just the fact that I was the last person's hand that my dad had held and squeezed, because we had to talk to, you know, we had to wake him up enough to get his approval to unplug him. So that was a heck of a memory to think about yesterday. Yeah, so just you know, continuing to try to connect to people. Another last closing statement. A lot of people have been asking, you know, why I do some of this stuff and what my goal is. And I know for some people it's tough, but my goal is really just to connect with people, help people, and hopefully one person at least finds my stuff helpful and it makes their day better or has a small impact or influence on their life. And, you know, I do want to strive big and dream big and go after big things, and it will take people to do that, people that are part of this community that I'm creating, people that are outside of it. So yeah, if there's opportunity that comes from these videos that creates money or success for me or people involved or anything like that, absolutely fantastic. But that's not the goal. The goal is to connect, take care of people, and be there for people. One of the things that makes me happiest in life is watching somebody win, watching somebody learn something, watching somebody have something that might have been hard for them to figure out or deal with be resolved finally, or have them not spend energy into something that they can't fix or change. And if I can be a little push or help to that, that's what I want to do. So it's just partially me giving back, partially me trying to help people grow, partially me trying to be public speaker or influencer, and then also, you know, continue to network and gain net worth, and, you know, hopefully create generational wealth for me and my family and my family to come. So I hope that helps explain some of that, and I won't be perfect at this, but I'll definitely always try to make time and make that time worth spending. Have a good night, everybody.